When it comes to manifestation and the materialization of that which you desire, the hardest part of actually materializing that which you desire is waiting for it to materialize. It is the patience, the understanding or the thinking or the belief that once you have a thought, even though you are aligning your thoughts, you are aligning your emotions, you're aligning your speech, you're aligning your actions with that desire, you have to simply just wait. It's almost like you have to just wait in line in this invisible, abstract line where the universe will randomly and suddenly say to you, okay, now it's your time. Here it is, that which you desired. You have aligned yourself and you have paid your dues, and here it is. So we often think manifestation works that way. But what I've come to understand is that as soon as you have decided that this is something you desire and you're clear about it, and you're clear that it resonates with your consciousness and who you are, and yes, you are continuing to align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with that thing, the materialization of it doesn't happen later. It actually begins instantly once you have made that decision. And once you have decided that this is what it is, okay? Because once you decide that this is what it is and you have committed to aligning yourself with that desire, the materialization of it happens right then, right away. Now, here's the trick. You don't actually see what you have visualized in your mind absolutely at that moment. So you may say, okay, I want $1 million, okay? And you may visualize yourself having $1 million. But guess what? $1 million first starts with $1, right? It's just like thinking about planting a seed. When you plant that seed into the ground, you no longer think of that seed as a seed once you put it into the ground. When you put it into the ground, it begins becoming a plant, a tree, and then that's when it bears fruit. Think about a pregnancy. When a woman is pregnant, she is instantly identified as being a parent, right? The father is instantly identified as being a parent. Though the baby may not be there at that moment, right? It is understanding and recognizing that this is happening. This is what it is, okay? It has to go through a process of gestation. It has to go through a process with the seed of sprouting, growing, right? So you have to recognize that this phase of being patient shouldn't be looked at as a phase that is separate or something you need to tolerate or an obstacle that you need to just push through and fight through. It is actually a necessary step of the manifestation process. It is actually the beginnings of that thing that you desire becoming, right? It's just that you most times didn't think that, okay, yes, there is a process by which the seed becomes a sprout and then becomes a plant and then it becomes a tree and then it sprouts and bears fruit. You see? So you must recognize that there is a process that's happening, and the beginning processes is the most important part, because just like with a child, when a woman is pregnated, she has to be her healthiest self. She has to surround herself with peace and harmony and love in order for that baby to begin growing up in a state of mind, in an environment where things are peaceful, so that baby can grow and be his most beautiful self, right? Because it's an environment that has cultivated that. And so as you think about manifestation, your goals, your dreams, whatever it is, understand that while you are quote unquote waiting, the materialization has already happened. It just needs to mature. You just need to be patient in recognizing that that finalized state that you thought and continue to think of, though, yes, that part has to come eventually, but it is a matter of continuously planting the seed, continuously nurturing, growing, making sure the soil is nice, fresh, moist, making sure you're watering it, making sure the temperature is right, okay? So don't think of this first beginnings, this first phase of manifestation as one where you feel like I'm not doing it right because it hasn't materialized yet, that I'm not smart enough, because it hasn't materialized yet. You know, how much time is going to go by? Nothing is happening. Everything is happening in that moment. You just have to continually be focused in on what it is that you must be doing, being mindful about your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. As long as you are continuing to do that, then you are continuing to nourish, water, right? Provide nutrients to the seed. And that seed will continue to grow. And over time, it will bear fruit. So don't see this stage as separate from materialization. It is the most essential part of the materialization of what you want. All you just have to do is just continue to do what you're doing and continue to walk into the final state which you have imagined, which you have visualized, and eventually it'll be there. And you have to realize and recognize that you must walk into faith, understanding that that is the process. So just keep in mind that materialization happens instantly. You just have to continue to follow along. Instead of planting the seed, taking out the seed every few days to see if it's growing, you must trust. You must have faith, okay? You must continue to just do what you're supposed to be doing, and by laws of nature, it will absolutely manifest itself and materialize itself the way you have seen it and visualized it in your mind. So continue to just feel and be the version of yourself that resonates and identifies with the desire that you want. And along the path of you continuing to do that and continuing to understand and materialize the things that you desire over the course of time, that is going to bring you to the self-realization as to you being the creator of your universe, and thus being able to create any universe you desire. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.